This match, if it's level after 90 minutes, will be settled by the taking of penalty kicks. And it kicks off in 13 minutes' time.
Good afternoon and welcome to Dale Player, sponsored by Premier Kia Rochdale and National League TV, as we bring you the first game of this season's National League Cup with Burnley under-21s, our visitors today. I'm Martin Colshaw, live from the Crown Oil Arena on this, our family fun day, as the football club tries something a little different today with the trial of a 1 PM kickoff on what is normal in a normal working day, but with the school holidays, thought it was worth a try to see what uptake we had with families wanting something to do on a day off and a free entry into the ground as well. Last season, Dale didn't make it out of a group stage of this competition, but financially it was a worthwhile exercise, with the club netting enough to want them to try again this time round. With today's game against Burnley, followed by games here at the Crown Oil Arena against under-21 sides from Everton, Manchester United and Blackburn Rovers in Group A, it promises to be an exciting competition. Victory in the season opener at Boreham Wood on Saturday saw Jim McNulty give out 6 debuts, 3 from the start and 3 off the bench. One of the debutants was Mani Desirue, who netted a brace in the 2-0 win over the Wood. Dale head coach Jim McNulty makes 7 changes from Saturday, with a number of players getting their full debuts, 1 or 2 getting their debuts as well, who didn't feature at the weekend. The likes of Dan Moss and Liam Humbles weren't involved on Saturday at all. Levi Amanchi and Casey Petit and Tom Miles also get the debuts. Burnley's youngsters have quite a bit of men's football experience, with many having spent time out on loan at EFL and National League clubs. Quite a few of the starting 11 here this afternoon are all first or second year professionals, having signed pro deals at the Turf Moor club. So Dale have got Tom Miles in goal, making his full debut. A back 3, Sam Beckwith, Liam Hogan and Dan Moss. Dan Moss making his full debut. Taryn Alarakia and Joe Pritchard are the wing-backs. Joe Pritchard making his home debut. Ryan East and Casey Petit in the central midfield. Petit making his home debut. And up front, it's Liam Humbles, Levi Amanchi and Conor McBride, the first 2 of them making their full debuts. The bench for Dale is Ollie Watmoff, David Totonda, Anthony Gomez-Mancini, Jake Berger, Corey Edwards, Ian Henderson, and number 25 is Jack Griffiths, a name you might not recognise. He's just signed on a short-term deal. He was one of the trialists during pre-season. For Burnley under-21s, they're managed by Andy Farrell, a man who made almost over 120 appearances for Rochdale in his time as a player. And they've gone with Charlie Casper in goal. The name Casper has got connections with over the other side of Hayward in Bury. It is the son of Chris Casper. Jesse Williams, Murray Campbell and Joe Ashton, the 3 central defenders. Ollie Pimlott and Albie Blackett are the wing-backs. Marley Liuluai and Adam McCoy are the 2 central midfielders, whilst Kian McMahon-Brown and Tom Tweedy are either side of Kamani Ryan up front. Just 5 substitutes for Burnley's under-21s. Felix Chester, the goalkeeper, Fabio So, Vernon Massara, Brandon Puani and Jack McEverley, who we believe is the son of former Daleman Lee McEverley. Aaron Jackson is the referee here this afternoon. Joining me on this absolutely sweltering, glorious day here at the Crown Oil Arena is Chris Bell. Chris, it was a good win on opening day of the new season, with one of the main signings of the summer getting on the score sheet with a brace. It'll have pleased him, it'll have pleased Jim McNulty, and it certainly pleased the Dale fans.
Absolutely, good afternoon everyone. Yeah, quite right. What a way to open your account, really, to get 2 goals on the first day of the season for Mani Desirue. Obviously, a lot of it was expected. He was the, and this is no disrespect meant to anybody else, but I think he's the most exciting signing amongst the supporters that Dale have brought in over the course of the summer. And obviously for him to get that first goal, that cheeky little back heel, early doors, and then follow it up with a second fairly soon after, was excellent. And as I say, it was a really ideal start, to be fair, to the season away at Boreham Wood, which isn't going to be an easy place to go. Obviously a new promoted side, but they've got plenty of national league experience in previous years. So yeah, off the mark well. And when you come into this one, as you say, on this absolutely superb day, only we could move the game from a midweek evening game, think, let's put it on a day when it'll be great for the families and the kids, and then end up accidentally doing it on the hottest day of the summer so far. But it's a really good crowd. You look around and this main stand and half of the Smith Metal stand to our right is filling up quite nicely as we approach kick-off. And yeah, we hope for a good afternoon this evening to back up Saturday's performance.
The National League Cup last season was a chance for Jim McNulty to give some of these younger players an opportunity for some minutes. This season, you feel it will be to give some of the senior players who are not getting starts, not getting as many minutes as some of the others, to get their time on the pitch and try and impress a manager.
Yeah, it's exactly that, isn't it? You know, we've gone from having a squad that in these games last season was booked out by some of the lads from the academy to being valuable minutes in the tank for first team senior players. So obviously we've seen a fair few changes from Jim McNulty, as was expected, but it gives players that, for example, were on the bench and came on and got a few minutes on Saturday a chance to get a lot more into the tank today and go forward. And look, this competition has had its critics, it's had its backers, and obviously they all have seen the positives in it last season financially, but also it's important to look at the bench today, I think, and Jack Griffiths, a player who played against us for Stoke City's under-21s in the competition last season. That first connection would have been made from what Jim saw of Jack on that occasion. He's been on trial with the club over the course of summer, and obviously they've taken the punt on bringing him in on non-contract terms. So it goes to show that actually there are other benefits to this competition when it comes to making links, scouting players, the young players that will be potentially looking for clubs like Jack now can prove beneficial.
Talking about players who played in as a trialist over the summer, Tom Miles, the goalkeeper who's named as a starter today, he's come in, former Manchester United academy player. He played on trial here. He signed a deal here that sees him come in battling with Ollie Watmore for that #1 jersey. He's going to have to find a way to take that shirt off Ollie Watmouth. Watmouth was brought in first, but there's two goalkeepers there, young goalkeepers that are going to be vying for a place. He starts today. We're going to see Dan Moss, another one of the summer signings, as the right-hand side of the central defenders. I'll be interested to see how he does. He is a former Burnley academy player himself. The one that I'm excited to see here is Casey Petit in central midfield. He got a bit of time on Saturday, but in pre-season he was a tough tackling. He looked really, really, really good. All his family were down there at Bournemouth. They're all Southern based, and it is a case of see how he does. And then up front, Liam Humbles we've not seen much of, and the big man, the loanee from Walsall, Levi Amanchi. He's certainly a big unit.
Yeah, well, he was a man that made an impact against us last season, didn't he, for Bromley, as they put us out of the FA Cup early doors, and he came off the bench and got the winner in that game. And obviously it hasn't worked out in Walsall, and Walsall's loss is certainly our benefit, puts himself about. There's a lot to be excited about, I think, within this Dale squad, not just within what you would see as the first 11, but the depth of squad now that we have. And that is one of the massive benefits of this competition, the fact that it gives, as we said, the valuable minutes to the players that are out there today. And the likes of Levi Amanchi, who obviously has got a hard task, I think, in battling that solo striker role with Vanni Di Saruve, obviously with him getting off the mark on Saturday so well. It really is an absolutely glorious afternoon.
Burnley Academy has, of course, produced quite a number of players, and Rochdale have capitalised on some of their players and benefited from one or two, with the likes of Owen Dodgson that we've had before, and also last season Sam Waller, who was obviously the goalkeeper in the middle part of the season until he got injured. He is actually here today as well, and he's got a good reception from all the Dale backroom staff that he knows from last season. So, it's going to be an interesting game here today. Burnley in their claret and blue shirts, white shorts and blue socks, while Dale are in their all blue strip with a little bit of white trim. In the sunshine, we are about to get this game underway. It's going to be Burnley to kick off. It's going to be Dale to defend the Smith Metals family stand, kicking towards the Back for Bolts Sandy Lane end of the ground. And we are about to get this game underway. First time here at the Crown Hall Arena this season in a competitive fixture. As the crowd here are just making their way into the seats. It's a pretty good take-up on the tickets, you feel. I know that during the week a decision was made to open the Smith Metals family stand because of the number of tickets that was being taken up in this main stand. So we are underway, and Burnley have kicked the ball straight out into touch, and this is pre-planned.
Yes.
So we are now going to see a change happen here, and Ryan East is going to come on. And Ian Henderson is going to go on. It's all to do with the numbers that that you've got to start with from a previous game.
Yeah, so in this case, Ryan East is somebody that started the game on Saturday. Obviously, he doesn't want to be, or Jim doesn't want to kind of risk him with a great deal of minutes this afternoon. So, yeah, just to kind of, make sure we stay within the rules of the game. I mean, we were told it was meant to be 30 seconds. Yeah, it wasn't even that. No, 5. Maybe the quickest change I've ever seen in a football match and we'll ever see again.
But Burnley were obviously in on it because they put it straight out of play. Here come Dale on the attack though, into the area of the goal. It's Humble trying to put it across towards Amanci, and it's cleared away only as far as Petit. Petit managed to get it back towards Beckwith. Beckwith to Hogan, and now Hogan will use Dan Moss. But yeah, we were obviously in on it because the ball went straight to a play. We made the change, and then we give the ball back to them. So it was obviously something that was discussed and within the rules.
I mean, I vote for you because, that's a waste of a sticky label with a player on for you, isn't it?
I know, I need to work out who's playing where elsewhere because it's all changed. As Taryn Alarakia gets upended.
I was just looking at Liam Humbles because I would have thought maybe Humbles would drop into the centre mid role and then Hendo would go behind Amanci with Conor McBride, but it doesn't seem to be the case at the moment. McBride seems to be just dropping a little bit deeper, but we know what Jim's sides are like. We know how this formation can change fluidly over the course of 90 minutes.
Here comes Dan Moss, rolls back and uses Tom Miles. Out it goes to Petit. Petit manages to work it onto the right-hand side to Conor McBride. Now Pritchard. Back into Dan Moss. Across towards Hogan. I'm assuming there will be drinks breaks as well at some point during the each half.
Is that for us?
Yeah, possibly. It is a very, very warm afternoon here in the Rochdale sunshine.
Don't say that often, do we?
No, not at all. And the thing is those of the Burnley persuasion will be in the same boat, so it's all strength for them as well. Ball trying to play through towards Ian Henderson. Taryn Alarakia tries to take over the possession. He just over-exit a little bit as Hogan goes in quite robustly on the back of Kamani Ryan. They'll get the ball back, and it is with Dan Moss. It is Burnley's first entry into this competition. It was in its inaugural year last year, of course. Burnley back in the Premier League, entering this competition. They are a club who like to send a lot of their youngsters out on loan, so there is a mix here of under-21s and under-18s. Pritchard brings that one down really well on the right-hand side, plays it back in field to Conor McBride, back from injury, toe pokes it in towards the goalkeeper. Charlie Casper flops in it, with Levi Amanci just around about ready to pounce if needs be, but you can't see Jesse Williams, Murray Campbell or Joe Ashton having to come up against someone like Levi Amanci much in the Premier League 2 games.
No, it's going to be a bit of a learning experience. Actually, I think that's one of the things that Andy Farrell will be quite pleased with by being in this competition up against obviously National League clubs and men's senior sides in most cases, is that it is going to add something different to his young side to experience, I say, and certainly someone like Levi who's 6'5", 6'6", and absolutely built, isn't the usual form of sort of striker that you would come up against, as you say, in the Premier League 2, the under-21s Prem.
Yeah, he's something like that, 6'5". He says he's 6'5", 6'6". I think he's tall, but I'm not arguing with him, I'll tell you that. He's a big unit, that lad. He really is, and he's...
You know what, though, it's something we were lacking last season, and we talked about it a lot over the course of last season, of having physical options up front, and now with Manny as well, Manny Disruve, we've got 2 of them.
Yeah, Manny was excellent on Saturday, just holding the ball upfield. He was really, really good at that. So Beckwith down the left-hand side, has to about turn and go back towards the, almost a grandad out there, Liam Hogan, in comparison to the opposition today at 35 years old.
What does that make Hendo?
I don't know. 36 years old now, Liam Hogan. For those of a Burnley persuasion. So Hogan, our number 5, he's 36. Ian Henderson is 40 years old.
When's he turn 41, Hendo? Can't be too far off.
It's soon.
Fit as a fiddle, though. It really is.
He is. I think he's got his eye on becoming the record appearance holder for the club as well.
How far short did we say he was?
40-odd games. He'd need to play almost like every game, really, including the cup games, to be able to do that. But I think that he won't be happy in that he becomes a record appearance holder as well as a record goal scorer. Here comes Humbles, switches it out to Pritchard on the right-hand side. Played forward to McBride. Now McBride puts the ball in. It's slightly behind Amanci. It's going to be brought down by Humbles. He's done really well. Still got the ball somehow, but he's got too many claret and blue shirts in front of him. Now it's with Alarakia. Alarakia's pass forward to Ian Henderson was way overhit, and Hendo had no chance of getting that, and it goes behind for a goal kick to the Clarets.
Yeah, I think Hendo was expecting Alaraki just to kind of flick it gently out to the left-hand side for Hendo to run onto. Instead, Alaraki went for a more direct ball in field, and they just weren't on the same wavelength.
Back it goes to Charlie Casper, as I said, son of Chris Casper, former Manchester United player, and was he Bury manager at some point. He also used to be a midfielder, did Charlie Casper, and then he converted to a goalkeeper. Wearing his all green number here this afternoon. Just got ball at the feet around the penalty spot, wants to play it out. None of the Dale players were engaging with him. Amanci does go forward, it allows him to play it out. It's McCoy out to the left-hand side, trying to feed it through, but Dale cut it out. He's with Pritchard now. Pritchard is dispossessed. And now Burnley coming away, and that'll be a free kick for a pull of a shirt by Dale, number 17. Taking quickly a free kick. All sat up, Pritchard appealing for a handball. It's a ball forward this time towards Ryan, and offside flag will stop him in his tracks. So the game's not really got going too much just yet.
No, it was difficult to tell, I think, just how this game was and to be fair, is going to play out for the remainder of it because of how warm it is out there. Whether it was going to have a slight feel of pre-season to it, but so far it's started fairly brightly.
Ball forward by Beckwith, but that's going to arc out to play, and it will be a throw-in to the Burnley youngsters on the right-hand side.
I'm looking forward to seeing what Kamani Ryan can do for Burnley, actually. You know, he's a former Arsenal youngster, so he's got some real pedigree. He can play out wide as well as through the middle.
Ball in field, it's cut out by Conor McBride, fed through towards Amanci. He stretches out his left foot, can't quite bring it under his spell, and the ball runs through to Casper in goal.
They're really trying to probe, aren't they, at the moment?
Yeah, they're winning the ball back in midfield and picking up on the stray passes. Now a ball is going to be fed through, but that should be for Dan Moss to mop up. He goes back towards Tom Miles. Tom Miles might know quite a few of these Burnley players from his time at Manchester United, coming up against some of these players in previous games.
Strange thing that he's the senior age-wise goalkeeper of the two compared to young Ollie Watmoff. What, 19, 20 years old?
19, ball forward towards Amanci, but the ball is just going to bounce and skid away from the Walsall loanee and into the hands of Charlie Casper.
Yeah, Casper was swiftly off his line there.
Again, we talk about these young goalkeepers at Premier League clubs being more like outfield players. Casper actually is former outfield player. So here come Dale. They'll be broken up that play. Henderson is offside. It should have gone to Alarakia from Beckwith. He opted to go in field to Henderson, and Henderson had just flagged off.
Yeah, absolutely right. It was a good run from Alarakia down that left-hand side as well. He got in behind well, but his run went unseen.
Ball's back with Dan Moss. Uses Hogan. Be interesting to see the Hogan, Ebanks, Landell usage between them. That's a ball forward, which is going to find its way through to Casper, but he's going to have to deal with it because he's run out of his area. He's had to play it upfield. But yeah, going back to his two central defenders, you know, Beckwith has got the left side sealed up. We've got Tatonda breathing down his neck. And you've got Moss and you've got Kieran Gordon on the right-hand side. So, there's plenty of options for Jim McNulty this season.
Yeah, it's you can't envisage them playing together too often, can you, as being the experienced central anchor point of the back three.
But it's a good option to have, isn't it? That he could choose both of them.
Yeah. Although I think even Jim will admit they would leave him with a little bit of a lack of what you call out-and-out pace at the back.
Ball forward now, looking towards a Manchie. Just couldn't quite bring it under control, and it's going to run through to Casper.
But as you say, it's options, and it is depth that we didn't necessarily have last season. And obviously in that tough run that we had between January and April, where it was 9 weeks on the bounce, so we were Saturday, Tuesday. It was probably highlighted then more than anything that we certainly needed a slightly larger squad when it came to this coming season, if we're to be challenging at the right end of the table.
Casper with a long ball forward. Moss wins his header. Petit gets it back towards Moss. Miles under a little bit of pressure, clears it forward, looking towards a man. She's going to be headed away though by Ashton. And then Dan Moss nods it back to Hogan. You'd expect on a day like this, the pace isn't too frantic. Miles' ball forward, central, looking towards Henderson. Henderson pulls his man back, fouls Jesse Williams, and that'll be a free kick to Burnley, taken quickly. This with Luai to the left-hand side. Ashton clips it down the line. Dan Moss will go across and turns that one back towards Tom Miles, the Dale goalkeeper. He does well to release it to Petit. Now across the 6-yard box it goes to Hogan. Hogan into the feet of Humbles, and Humbles does ever so well to release the ball back into the possession of Tom Miles. And now Petit out to Pritchard. Quite rigid, aren't they? Burnley in possession. That's the ball falls towards Henderson. Henderson, can he get very ahead of a goalkeeper? No, he can't. Again, a good start in possession. A position from Charlie Casper means that he's right on the edge of his 18-yard box when he comes and gathers that ball. And a decent ball forward, ball for Dale.
Yeah, it was a decent ball forward, and a good run as well from Ian Henderson to get himself in behind and away from that Burnley back line, but just didn't quite have the pace to get there ahead of Casper, who, as you say, again, good starting position off his line swiftly to collect the danger.
Free kick for a little foul by Conor McBride. Free kick taken quickly on the left-hand side. The Rochdale player, sponsored by Premier Kia in Rochdale. Thanks for joining us here on this Wednesday afternoon. For those audio listeners on Dale Player or those watching via the National League YouTube channel. Rochdale 0, Burnley 0 so far. 14 minutes on the clock. The goalkeeper has been tested thus far. It's with Murray Campbell. Now it's all the way back with Charlie Casper. Voice you can hear in the background shouted is Jason Taylor, the Dale assistant. Very vocal. We heard it on Saturday because we were right behind the dugouts as well there at Boreham Wood, and it was certainly could hear the Dale bench bellowing instructions.
Dale just a little bit at risk there.
Yeah, they're trying to play it out from the back and trying to get the Burnley players to close them down. Ball is given away here, but Burnley on the left-hand side, trying to come forward with it. Coy. Runs back and uses Campbell. Across it comes towards Jesse Williams. Former Oldham man, born in the Netherlands, Jesse Williams. Standing from Oldham's academy. And the ball pinged out by Casper, and that's poor. And that goes straight out into touch. Throwing it will be to Rochdale on the right. Multi-ball system in operation. So back underway we go.
Yeah, that's a new thing from the National League this coming season.
Ball forward, looking towards Henderson. If he can get the ball away from Williams, he can't do so, but Alarakia, the bouncing ball just defied him there. He just tried to nod it backwards, but no one close enough to him to pick up on the loose ball. So here comes Burnley, although the through ball again by Williams is a little bit wayward. It's back with Hogan, and now Dale with the possession once more. Humbles to Miles. Miles stabs it forward there for Alarakia. If Alarakia can keep this onside, I think keep it in fairly, will be onside, and he has done. He's on the left-hand side. He cuts back in on his right foot, tries to bring it forward towards Henderson. The ball to him just wasn't quite close enough to him, and Burnley slammed the ball away. Dan Moss turns on the halfway line, tries to head forward with it. It's now with Casey Petit. Beckwith, Alarakia on the left. Albie Blackie comes and closes him down, and that will be a throw-in to Rochdale, midway inside the Burnley half, left-hand side of the pitch.
Yeah, and decent defending from young Albert Blackie. Close him down quickly.
Liam Humbles just trying to turn the ball back. He did start the season. The official numbers that he wanted was 47, Liam Humbles, but he was told he wasn't allowed to have that number. Something to do with too many numbers lower down that hadn't been taken, so it was made to choose another one. 27 was the one that he opted for.
I wonder why he wanted 47 in the first place.
Not sure. Not sure. Beckwith to Hogan, closed down by Marnie Ryan, the striker. Now Petit. Through to Henderson. Now Amanchi. Chance to maybe run forward and get the Burnley defenders backpedaling. Uses Beckwith on the left-hand side. Now Alarakia. Alarakia up against Blackie. Now Moss, right-hand side. Moss just skips one way, then the other. Uses McBride, gets it back from Conor McBride. Little ball infield to Henderson. And Moss trying to go on a little 1-2, trying to go around the outside of his man, but was just fended off, and the ball rolls harmlessly behind for a Burnley goal kick.
Yeah, between Joe Ashton and Murray Campbell there, it just meant that Dan Moss could not bustle his way through to try and get back on the end of the returning 1-2 from Ian Henderson. But again, Ashton and Campbell, prime examples of players in this young Burnley side that have had first team experience out on loan. Ashton at Hyde United, and Murray Campbell's had loan spells at the likes of Warrington, Rylands and Chorley. So they've been out in the senior men's game, where it's certainly a physical game in the National League North and the Northern Premier League.
Dale are readying another change here. I think it's another one that's planned, just to give one or two players minutes. Not sure if it might be Conor McBride. He's been out injured obviously since last season, so
just easing him back, isn't it?
Yeah, just giving him minutes. We don't have a reserve games like we used to have, but this can be used to try and give minutes. That's a good layoff to Alarakia, left-hand side. He's got Albie Blackie back-pedaling here. Now Humbles towards Beckwith. Beckwith trying to feed it through towards the run of Henderson, but that was cut out. And now Luar is breaking it away. Now a ball out to the right-hand side. We'll see Tom Tweedy stream away from Alarakia, wide on the right-hand side. Tweedy on his left foot, puts across towards the back post, and then an acrobatic one, shall we say, from Ollie Pimlett, who will probably wish he hadn't bothered.
Yeah, it was optimistic from the young defender.
Yeah, it was never gonna. It was too high for him, wasn't it? In all aspects of it.
Yeah, it was never going to sit for him. Got to admire his efforts though, and his audacity to give things a go.
So Dale with a short goal kick here, although Burnley are camping on the edge of a box a little bit to try and stop this. So Hogan goes long, looking towards a Manchi. It's away by Albie Blackie's done ever so well there, and a sliding challenge by Petit. Sees the ball stick with Kamani Ryan, who can get on towards the edge of the area. He just shows too much of that one to the Dale defence, and they coolly play it out inside their own 18-yard box. Still got it in there at the moment.
I may be wrong, but I think it may well be young Jack Griffiths, possibly, who may come on. He's just been receiving a lot of one-to-one instructions from Jim McNulty there.
That's Petit, as they're giving it away inside the area here of Dale, and a chance for a shot to come in, but that one's a good save by Miles Lord out to his left-hand side, and it's one of the things that might frustrate one or two of the Dale fans, but it's all part of the plan, isn't it? It's playing out from the back. Yeah,
it's one of those though. It was a risk taken, and let's be honest, they probably should have capitalised that opportunity there, Burnley.
All forward, just going to bypass a Manchi, but the header away. Finds Connor McBride out to the right-hand side to Pritchard. He's going to lay it back off to Dan Moss, up towards the halfway line. He tries to clip it forward. The ball spins and bounces out to play. It'll be a throw-in to the...
And a drink stop as well, by the looks of it.
And we are going to have a drinks break at the midway point of this first half on this very, very warm afternoon here at the Crown Oil Arena.
Double change, Dale.
It is going to be a double change, and it is going to be Tutonda and Griffiths who are going to come on. And it is going to be...
That was Pritchard.
So Pritchard is going to make way for Jack Griffiths. And then the other change...
Beckwith, you'd think?
Yeah, I would possibly think it might be Beckwith, but...
don't think it is.
Substitution for Rochdale in the 23rd minute, replacing number 17, Joe Pritchard. Number 25,
yeah, it is Sam Beckwith.
And then the other one is Sam Beckwith coming off, and David Tutonda on. So all part of the plan, I suppose you would say.
Yeah, and look, I'm looking forward to seeing actually what both Jack Griffiths and what David Tutonda can do as well. Both sets of management and coaching teams just going through some instructions. Both sets of players in their respective huddles. A very animated Jim McNulty for Rochdale. So obviously they're opting to give Conor McBride a little bit longer, maybe a half-time change.
Possibly, yeah.
As I say, he's the one that we were certainly most concerned about having come back. Well, just coming back from an injury that he suffered in the last month or two of last season.
So drinks break over. Players back out there. The changes are just like for like. So Tutonda in place of Beckwith at the left side of the back three, and then Jack Griffiths, the new signing, who did play in pre-season, is going to be the right wing back. So Jim saw enough to offer him a little
Yeah, he looked
short-term deal and have a look at him in a game like this.
Yeah, he looked bright as well in a couple of pre-season friendlies, I did see, especially I think the first one it was at FC United Manchester, when Dale looked really on it actually, and very, hit the ground running. Didn't really have a pre-season performance level about it at all. We were comprehensive in that game, and Callum Griffiths was one of the trialists in that one and did well. I'd say it's just one of those positive benefits of this competition on the whole.
Tonda got caught in possession, but unfairly, said referee Mr. Jackson. So now Hogan with the ball inside the D on the edge of the 18-yard box, just pops it off to Miles, and Miles goes long, looking towards Amanci. Bouncing ball is finding with the ball at his feet. He skips away from one man, he curls an effort, but it's always rising. And that's just going to go into the stand, the empty Sandy Lane end of the ground.
He only ever had one idea in his head, though, didn't he? Levi Amanci. He was holding off Murray Campbell really rather well. He was able to turn and get the spin away from him and try and curl that effort towards goal, but difficult from the distance and angle that he was at to hit the target.
Goal kick it is for Burnley. 27 minutes played, still goalless. Ball out is cut out by Petit, given to Conor McBride, fed through towards Amanci, he's cut out, and now it's back with Humbles, feeds it through to Henderson, but Henderson was just wanting the ball a slightly different direction, and the ball rolls behind for a goal kick to the visitors.
Another opportunity that comes to nothing for Dale on this occasion. So we are a couple of minutes or so away from the half-hour mark.
Ball out by Casper. Headed back in field by Williams. Gives it away to Amanci on the edge of the area. He's going to have a strike at goal. He's fizzed in at Charlie Casper with some venom on it, really. He failed to hold it at the first attempt. Got it at the second. Give the 20-year-old stopper.
Yeah, decent strike from Amanci. So he was a little bit too hot to handle first time.
Tonda just stood on the ball a little bit there. Recovers it, gets it back towards Hogan, to Miles, and now to Tonda's been put in trouble here. And it's going to be a shot coming in, and it's going to be deflected wide of the mark. It was Tweedy who got his strike in. It was the ball out by Miles, back to Tonda, it sold him short. And then Tweedy had to wrestle away from the Dale substitute. But his shot was deflected, and the first corner of the game is going to the visitors.
Yeah, he did well, Tweedy, there, just to nip in before the ball could reach to Tonda. Tonda was caught unawares. First corner of the game.
Corner comes in towards the back edge of the 6-yard box. It's headed down straight into the hands of Tom Miles.
Yeah, it wasn't headed with any real conviction, was it? Easy for Tom Miles to deal with.
Miles left-footed clears that one away. Henderson losing out in the heading battle. It's with Tonda. Turns it back to Hogan. And now Hogan switches it out towards the right-hand side. Griffiths just about keeps it in play. Does very well, does the substitute. Then has lost out on the left-hand side with McMahon Brown. Work down to the left-hand side. Still going trying to go forward here at Burnley. In the end, Dale will get a free kick for a foul on Griffiths. It's all a little bit scrappy between the two players, and the free kick goes Dale's way. Tom Miles with the ball at his feet.
Yeah, the free kick was taken short, wasn't it?
All back in field. Ashton goes back towards Murray Campbell, across towards Williams. Now trying to feed it through for the runner in Aldi Blackie. Cut out by Taran Alarakia, and he uses his goalkeeper for Dale to start again from the back. It's going to go long this time, is Miles. Amanci will give chase. He will get there, will Levi Amanci. He's been put into a corner by Campbell. Comes back to Alarakia. Tries to feed it in field to the run of Humbles. Oh, that's good work by the Burnley man to release himself and get a bit of freedom to play that ball upfield, but then the ball drifts out of play for a throw-in.
Yeah, did well, did Tweedy. The whole turn, lovely just to get himself away from Liam Humbles. One or two of these direct balls, just they're working on an intermittent basis at the moment. That one just a bit too long, and went away from Levi Amanci. Ooh, as Burnley slip up and concede a corner out of nothing, really. A little bit of miscommunication between, I think, Williams and Imali Luai was.
So Dale will get the first corner of the game, and Casey Petit comes across to take it.
Yeah, if Burnley concedes from this, Andy Farrell will be less than pleased. Can't see the corner now because Manny Disrube's in the way.
Yeah, he's just stood up on it. Deep corner comes in. Oh, and the referee gives a free kick the other way. So a free kick will go Burnley's way.
I've got no idea what for, by the way. Didn't see a great deal in any comings together there in the 18-yard box. Looking at the unused Dale players to our left-hand side. We need to put in a bit more leg room in the seating up here. Rube's got his legs draped over the seat in front.
He's a tall lad, though.
Don't know how to give most excuses there.
So here is Moss. Now to Tonda. Back it goes towards Tom Miles. Miles pings that one forward. Bypasses Henderson. Going to bounce down. It's held up as well as that. But coming back was Humbles. He couldn't quite get the ball to stick for him. And now down is Tweedy. Gets across towards the back post, but that's just going to drift wide of the mark and behind for a Rochdale goal kick.
Of course, on Saturday, it's another early start. Even earlier, actually, 12:30 kickoff for the game against Altrincham on Saturday.
Someone else pointed out as well, I'm not sure if we've ever had the first 4 games of the season all kick off at different times. 3 o'clock, 1 o'clock, 12:30, and we've got a game on Wednesday after at 7:45.
Of course, yeah.
So, yeah.
Gateshead at home.
It's just one of them, silly little facts. Oh, it's almost a mistake by Petit, but he does ever so well to recover it. Just took a heavy touch as he received the ball from the defenders. That's good work from Amanci coming back to try and keep hold of the ball.
He took a really good first touch to Amanci, but then couldn't find an option quickly enough to try and offload the ball and was dispossessed.
Luai back in field it goes. Now Murray Campbell back towards Casper. Still goalless it is here as we approach towards the last 10 minutes of this first half. A couple of minutes of added time for the drinks break, but Hogan, ball forward to Amanci. Little layoff to Tonda, comes across. Gets it towards Alarakia. The ball's just not sitting really kindly here for either side. Good work from Taran Alarakia. Gets it back in field to Humbles, who has impressed me, Liam Humbles. He's driving forward here. Little drag back, creates him a bit of space. He looks like
he's looked really good on the ball, hasn't he?
Lively, very lively.
A couple of moments earlier in this game where he showed some really good technique as well, and little cheeky flicks just to draw it away from Burnley players.
Out to Tonda. Back he goes to Miles, who's well outside of his area here. He's not the biggest of goalkeepers, isn't he? Either Tom Miles. He's Definitely using as almost an outfield player. Very good with the ball at his feet. Miles to Petit, to Hogan, now to Henderson. Henderson will go out to the right-hand side now towards Moss. He's got Griffiths to his right-hand side.
Good run from Moss.
Moss is still going. He's going to feed it to Griffiths. The pass was a little bit wayward. And he's done ever so well to keep it in play as Jack Griffiths. Now the possession is back with Burnley and they can come forward on the left-hand side. Crossfield pass. Cut out by Tatonda. It was poor, really. It was looking for Tom Tweedy. But now Alaraki has got it for Dale, and he's got Alvy Blackie backing off him. Alaraki cross towards McBride. Out to the right-hand side to Griffiths. Now Moss. Hogan. To Tonda. Down the line to Alaraki once again. Forward to Humbles. Tonda's made a run into the area. Just hit his heels, gets it to Alarakia, cross coming in from Alarakia towards Henderson, gets his first time strike in, but it's charged down and cleared away.
Yeah, blocked by the legs of a Burnley defender. That nice move, decent first time effort from Henderson. Just well blocked. They'll feel like they're trying to up the tempo a little bit as we approach, let's say, the final 7 or 8 minutes of this first half.
Ball forward to Amanchi. Little layoff to McBride. Now Casey Petit. Moss on the halfway line. Hogan to Henderson. Little flick round the corner, finds Amanchi. Amanchi's tackle boy in the midfield area, which is a turnover in possession. Campbell goes back to Casper. We're done. Yeah, he does. Clears it out to the left-hand side. You see what Burnley are trying to do as well. They're playing out from the back as Dale are, and
Griffiths have done well there.
They've done really well. Under a little putting pressure on. And the ball is back with Dale. McBride. Henderson. Ball switched out towards Alarakia, but that's not good enough.
No.
By the Scots, and it will find touch, and it will be a throw into Burnley. Taken quickly by Alvy Blackie, the 18-year-old right wing back who's only a second-year scholar at Turf Moor. Now they're going forward with Luai, and again a ball forward. He's just going to drift behind for a goal kick to Rochdale as we've got around about 6 minutes left of this first half. So now the goalkeeper's been seriously tested.
No, not yet. It's, I mean, let's be honest, it's not been a classic so far. It has had, I'll be honest, it's had more of a pre-season feel than most of our pre-season games did. If I'm honest, I don't know if that's just purely down to the fact that it is an absolutely scorching afternoon.
Ball forward for Dale. Now Conor McBride, he's going central here. Maybe he likes a shot. He's going to go out to the right-hand side. It's a cross coming in, and
he should have shot.
As Griffiths went to try and put the cross in, he just slipped, which sees the ball go high and out of play for a...
You know, he carried the ball quite nicely, actually, at McBride, and he gets himself to, 20 yards out before playing it out to Griffiths, who slips as he puts the ball, or tries to put the ball into the box, and you look at it and think, McBride, just have a little go. Just have a go. You may as well, got nothing to lose. As you say, you have to really test Charlie Casper. Likewise for Tom Miles at the other end, to be fair. Neither keeper's had a great deal to do.
All forward, that's brilliantly taken down by Pimler. in the first instance, but he just couldn't quite regain his footing to keep it in play. He goes out for a throw-in. Now Hogan. He's going to go long, looking towards Levi Amanci. Hits the back of Amanci. And Burnley come away with it. In the centre circle, clips forward. So Tonda's got to be on his guard here, and he was on his guard.
Very
he
good
did
fight.
really, really well there to put a sliding challenge in on Tom Tweedy. Had to get it right, and did do so.
Yeah, did very, very well just to stick his left leg out. Perfectly timed and let the ball line.
Hogan clips that one forward. He's not going to go beyond Jesse Williams, who heads it away for Burnley. And now Tweedy once again. Is it to the feet of McCoy? Worked out to the left-hand side towards Ashton now. Pimlet back in field, it goes to McCoy. Worked back to Murray Campbell. Oh, big switch out to the right-hand side, looking towards Albie Blackie. He's not going to be able to keep that in play at all, and it's out of play for a throw into Dale. Back with the keeper. Hogan steps away. He's certainly not going to have the pace to get away from Kamani Ryan, so he opts to play it out towards Dan Moss. Griffiths is dispossessed on the left-hand side, and Dale look like they might be in trouble there, but Hogan comes across and slams the door shut, and Griffiths trying to pick out Henderson, doesn't manage to do so. Burnley have got it back. They're going on the attack down the middle here with Tweedy. It's out to the left-hand side to Pimlet. Back he goes towards the captain, Ashton. And Williams across towards Blackie with a ball in field. Sliding challenge going in there from Humbles. Did really, really well there. He decided early on he was going to ground as well, Liam Humbles, so had to get the ball and did do so.
Yeah, absolutely. Always a risk if you get them wrong. But he was spot on with it. Good to see that in his locker as well. So we talked a lot about Casey Petty and what he can do as a bit more of a tough tackling ball winning midfielder, but it's good to see that Humbles has got that sort of ability in his locker as well.
Saw some real good sliding tackles in pre-season from Casey Petty.
Well, when you're sponsored by Ray Winston and, you know, he knows the family well, you've been brought up, I suspect, to be a bit of a midfield hard man.
Yeah. Here comes Humbles. Now Moss. And about 90 seconds of the opening 45 left. All clipped forward down the right-hand side. Griffiths actually thought that was going to run away from him, but it held up. I think that the zip that was on the pitch at the start of the game from the sprinkler system has obviously all dried up, and the pitch is a little bit slow now. I'm showing that they'll be heavily watered.
If he hadn't have taken that little bit of a stutter there, Jack Griffiths, then he might have got there, but he didn't go for it. He expected one thing and the opposite in the end happened. As you say, I think they'll definitely be getting the sprinkles on at half-time just to try and a bit more zip to the surface. They were on heavily before kick-off, but warming is out there. Just 40 seconds of this first half.
Ball forward here towards Ryan. He's going to be onside. Coming across to take the ball off him is Dan Moss. And lets the ball roll out of play, and it will be a goal kick to Dale.
Well, there should be added time with the drinks break and the substitutions. However, if 4 is what's going to be on the board, I mean, just bit it off fourth official.
Ball forward towards Henderson. He flicks it on towards Amanci, but Henderson's header is too far in front of a big number 12, and it runs straight through towards Charlie Casper. And Tweedy takes it in midfield. All stabbed down the line, but that's just going to run out of play for a throw into Rochdale. Hogan to Humbles. Back to Miles. It's a bit of a tricky one for the goalkeeper, but he deals with it quite well. Knocks it long towards Amanci, headed away though before he can reach him.
Yeah, it wasn't made easy for Miles there, was it? But as I say, he's dealt with it well. Griffiths losing out in the battle on that far side.
And then Griffiths, in his attempts to try and win the ball back, fouls McMahon Brown, and that'll be a free kick going Burnley's way late on here, and they're going to send everybody forward. So we're going to load this one into the box. No, we're not. They're going to play it out wide to the left and maybe load it in now. They've got everybody back down the left-hand side. They go. Cross coming in by Pimlet. It's going to be headed away. Only go as far as Albie Blackie. The ball just sticks under his feet, which means he has to return the ball back towards the halfway line. Towards Ashton. He clips it into the area. And then a bouncing ball will still find its way through. Clipped into the box, header away by Moss. Conor McBride wants a runner here, and Amanci was telling him no to hold on to it, and Conor McBride put it down the channel. Amanci was never going to get there, and the ball is back with Burnley. The ball slid down the line, but that's going to be offside against Kamani. Ryan.
Yeah, just the wrong side of Tutonda. He didn't need to go quite so early, really, either. He's got the pace as Kamani Ryan.
So with Hogan. A couple of minutes left of the added time. Ball sits up. He couldn't bring it down because coming back was Murray Campbell. And if he'd have gone for it, he'd have ended up giving a foul away for a high boot. But as it is, it's going to be a throw into Rochdale on the right-hand side. Which is taken by Griffiths. Miles clears it away. Central. Henderson's going to peel round the back. That's going to be headed back into the hands of Charlie Casper. Comfortably.
Yeah, Campbell did well.
Hogan steps out to block a through ball. Hogan gets a little bit of a kick for his troubles from Albie Blackie. And to Tonda. Hogan's ball forward towards Amanci. He's just been pulled back and right in front of a referee who duly blows the whistle. Probably a bit of a tactical foul, that, because I think Amanci might have been able to stride away with the ball on the halfway line if he hadn't have been pulled back.
Yeah, certainly would have had the opportunity to do so.
20 seconds of added time left or so.
Yeah, I think with the second half, you can state the bleeding obvious there, but it just needs something to spark the game into life. A little bit more action, a little bit more tempo. I appreciate in these conditions it's not easy, it's being so hot out there, but it's what it needs just to give us something to get excited about, really.
And there goes the half-time whistle here at the Crown Oil Arena in this National League Cup between Rochdale and Burnley under-21s. It's as you were, goalless it is. You're with Dale Player, sponsored by Premier Kia Rochdale. Half-time, 0-0.
to our official match sponsor today, who are Duke Sports, a sports agency who focus on helping aspiring footballers aged 16 to 21 to build a career in the professional game. You can read more about Duke Sports on the official club website. And thanks to Duke Sports, you can also get involved in selecting today's man of the match. Just scan the QR code which will appear on the scoreboard towards the end of today's game to cast your vote. Ladies and gentlemen, please enjoy the second half. Don't forget, if this match finishes in a draw, it will be decided immediately at 90 minutes with penalty kicks. Enjoy the second half of this National League Cup Group A match between Rochdale and Burnley. Up the Dale!
Welcome back to the Crown Oil Arena. Second half coverage of this National League Cup fixture. Rochdale 0, Burnley under 21s 0 from that first half. A change at the break for Dale sees Conor McBride exit, and coming on in his place is Jake Berger. So two players who had injuries left over from last season. So just managing the minutes, getting them back up to speed, so they're ready for the league campaign.
Yeah, it's good to see Jake Berger back out there. Obviously, he suffered that injury midway through.
He had to have an operation, didn't he?
Yeah, it was at March time, I think he suffered it, and obviously had to have that up. And yeah, it's good to see him back on the Crown Oil Arena pitch.
So we are back underway. Goal kick it is to Burnley, who are defending the Smith Metals family stand. Kicking towards the back for ball, sandy lane end of the ground. As Miles comes out of his area, it's a long ball forward. It'll be headed away this time by Williams. But they've mopped up at the back of Burnley, and now it's cleared forward by Charlie Casper. Now Miles will try and quickly run through the two teams in a moment. So for Dale, Miles in goal, it's Dan Moss, Liam Hogan, David Tutonda at the back, Alarakia and Griffiths the wing backs, Casey and Liam Humbles in central midfield, Henderson, Amanchi and Berger now the front three for Dale. There'll be more attack three for Jim McNulty's side. Injured down here for Dale. Petit looks like he's just picked up hurt himself as he's slid off the pitch. He's hobbling back to his position, just saying, "Don't pass the ball to me." He was bumping the ground in a little bit of pain there. And he's in the middle now, just trying to walk it off.
Yeah, he's one man that we really do not want to see picking up injuries. So they had a really bright pre-season. Off the bench on Saturday for a spell at Boreham Wood.
Miles goes long, looking towards a Manchi. It's a header up in the air. Jake Berger will just lean into his man, fairly said the referee. Henderson can't get the head of the defender. As Hogan holding on to his man, and the referee has allowed play to go. He was going to pull it back for a foul.
He's done well as Ryan.
And now there is going to be a foul going this way on McMahon Brown.
And a yellow card for Jack Griffiths to boot as well, as he brings down that man, McMahon Brown.
Free kick in a dangerous position. See, it looks like he might have been able to run that off. Quickly run through the Burnley team. Charlie Casper in goal, Williams, Campbell and Ashton at the back, Blackie and Pimlock the wing backs. Liu Luar is the central midfielder alongside Adam McCoy, and then Keane McMahon Brown and Tom Tweedy are helping out Kamani Ryan up front. This looks like it might be a shot here by McMahon Brown, just to the left of centre.
Yeah, the 17-year-old is certainly eyeing this one up.
21-22 yards from goal, and he is looking like he's going to have a strike with his right foot. Three-man Dale wall. It's going to be a shot at goal, well over the top. No trouble for Tom Miles.
Yeah, poor in the end from young Keane McMahon Brown. An opportunity where Burnley could have tried to make more of that. Wasted, really.
So, ball kick it is for Dale. Tonda's going to play it short to Miles. Miles goes long. Manche will give chase. Manche will get there ahead of Murray Campbell, but Campbell does stick a boot in and the ball goes out of play for a throw-in Dale's way. Throwing on the left-hand side. Humbles trying to play it through for a run of Henderson. Humbles is battling to win the ball back. Well, that's going to be cleared away by Williams. Tonda will try and keep that one in play for Dale, and he'll actually win his side of throwing. Back it goes towards Tonda. Hogan, now Moss, using Miles, the keeper, who again is well outside of his area. And now Hogan. All flipped forward towards Manche, flicked on there. If Griffiths can try and race onto that, but the keeper, again, good starting position, comes out and clears it away.
Well, we said, didn't we, just before the half-time break, that we're hoping for a little bit more up-tempo, a little bit more of an attacking threat from Dale.
Clearance away, only goes as far as Griffiths for Dale. He's going to try and move the ball forward to Berger. Berger with a first-time cross in. It's whipped across that edge of that 6-yard box, but no one close enough to try and attack it. And the ball will drift out to play on the opposite side of the pitch for a Burnley throw.
Yeah, it's the kind of ball, actually, where you want a Manche just in there throwing himself at it, but couldn't get close enough to it.
Hogan on the halfway line. Let's it back towards Miles. Tom Miles out to Liam Hogan. Out to Tonda. Alarakia on the left-hand side, just trying to break free of the shackles of Albie Blackie. Here comes Moss, driving forward up to the halfway line on the right-hand side. Just has to check back, as all forward avenues were blocked off there for him, so he has to go back and goes back to the keeper.
Yeah, Burnley are keeping a disciplined shape. Difficult for Rochdale to try and break through. I would assume that Tom Miles' passing stats are pretty accurate.
And just as you say that, he pumps one forward and straight to the opposite number, Charlie Casper.
Well won back by Tonda.
Here on the edge is a Manche. Is he going to have a strike here? He's upended right on the edge of the area. That was mightily close to being inside and a penalty kick, but it's going to be a free kick. He was he kind of got the ball stuck under his feet, but coming back at him was Leo Loire, and just bundled him to the ground, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. I'll be honest, I was willing eventually to try and get that shot off as soon as he turned and was facing goal. In the end, that couple of touches to take it further forward, and he gets crowded out, gets the free kick. I think it was Marley Leroy who was getting back at him. In the end, he's on to upend him, and it's right on the edge of that box.
Yeah,
he fancies the shot.
It's just to the left of centre, and it's like half a yard outside of the 18-yard box inside that D. Who fancies it? Petit is the one with the ball at his feet.
Do you go for goal though, or do you seek to lay it off possibly to Humboldt or Moss and lay it into their path and get a rocket of a strike away?
I think Petit's going for goal here.
Or has this got Smith's metal stand all over it?
So can Petit break the deadlock with his free kick? He fires it in off the woodwork. It bounces down. Where's the Russian linesman when you want him?
cracking effort.
It really was. It really was. It was a very, very good effort from Dale's new number 16. It had the goalkeeper completely beaten.
Yeah, if that had just been an inch or so lower,
yeah,
that probably would have hit the underside and gone in.
Yeah, as it was, it hit the underside and came out.
Certainly the best chance that Dale have had, though, in this game. Closest we've come all around to seeing a break in the deadlock.
Back it goes to Miles. No pressure, so he clears it away. He's going to see a replay of that free kick. It really was towards that corner. Griffiths heads it forward for Dale. Alarakia will pick up on the loose ball. He rides the challenge of Williams. Left corner of the 18-yard box, but the tackle comes in on him. To Tonda.
Oh, he was too hesitant.
He needs to be a bit more decisive, and he'd have got the tackle in there. As it is, Dale have got it back, but it's all the way back with the Dale back line. After a Burnley ball forward was overhit. Petit. To Tonda, knocks it long, looking for Henderson. Bouncing ball, he's going to find Ian Henderson. Ooh, Henderson's tripped that time by Williams. Free kick will go Dale's way, taken quickly. Out to the left-hand side, it's forward now towards Berger. Berger trying to pull it back towards Amanchi, but it's going to drop here towards Henderson! And the veteran breaks the deadlock here at the Crown Oil Arena. Ian Henderson picked up on the loose ball and slammed it side-footed into the roof of the net. The goalkeeper got a hand to it, but it had too much power. And 57 minutes on the clock. It's Rochdale 1, Burnley under 21s 0.
Yeah, Ian Henderson exactly where you want him, peeling off just behind Amanchi as the ball didn't fall to the big striker. Instead, Henderson was there, ready to run to it. Puts all the power into that side-footed strike. Nothing that Casper could do apart from get half a hand on it, not enough to keep it out. Into the back of the Burnley net it goes, there with the lead.
161 goals for the football club. Ian Henderson just increases his legend status with every goal that he scores.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Hopefully that will put a bit of spark into this game. Now it forces Burnley to come out and attack. Means that Dale may be able to pick up some extra space in the Burnley defensive third. So hopefully that will spark this into life and give the decent crowd, very decent crowd here this afternoon, a little bit more to get excited about.
Yeah, just shot of 1,500 inside the Crown Oil Arena for this 1 o'clock kick-off on, as I said at the beginning, what is a normal work day. But, well done to the club for trying something different.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's going to be offside coming up against Kamari Ryan.
Well, he's going to be booked, yeah.
He
went on a long way.
He's put the ball into the back of the net, but he will be booked for it because Kamari Ryan should have stopped when the whistle went.
Yeah, there was quite a gap between the whistle being blown by the referee Aaron Jackson and putting in the net, so I'm not surprised to see the booking for that. As I say, though, good initiative from the club because, of course, this ordinarily, like a lot of National League Cup games last night, were 4:45 kick-off games last night, were 7 o'clock kick-offs, and it's not even always easy with it being the summer holidays and the kids are off school. It's an opportunity for families and like to come down this afternoon. I think it's worked well.
Absolutely, yeah.
Obviously coinciding it with a family fun day as well, with all sorts of activities outside the ground.
On the left-hand side, it's Burnley on the attack. Adam McCoy out to the left-hand side, it goes to Ashton. Ashton on the left once more. All quite tight and congested. Moss had a clip of the ankles of McMahon Brown, but he's still going with the ball. Works it back towards Jesse Williams on the halfway line, out to the right-hand side. I know a big switch to the left flank. Well, that's going to be overhit. And Ollie Pimlett, the 18-year-old, couldn't get anywhere near it. Been at the club since under 14. Went through the academy ranks. On the left-hand side is Alarakia. And we are going to see Gomez Mancini for the first time. Flick on by Amanci, but outside of Berger. And a really awkward back pass there for Charlie Casper.
Very, very excited to see this man.
Here comes
Gomez Mancini, who himself actually was on Burnley's books as a youngster as well. Number 11, who's going to come on for Dale to replace Taryn Alarakia.
Yeah, Taryn Alarakia number goes up. And that's going to be the change.
Yeah, Gomez Mancini, somebody that Hartlepool United fans who he's joined from this summer were very complimentary about in terms of his technique and his ability. So one comment saying that the best technical footballer the one Hartlepool fan had seen at Victoria Park, but obviously he comes with his injury problems. It's good to see him out there, and we get a triple change from Burnley, including a number of a player that's not on our squad list.
Brilliant. So Thomas Tweedy is going to come off for the man with no name.
We're going to have to consult our Burnley colleagues, see if they've got any idea of who the man that's just come on the number 19 that's not on our team sheet.
So Brandon Payne, who's got 17 on the team sheets, wearing 19. He's the one that's come on. So I hope you got the rest of them subs, because I didn't quite get them
Fabio
down.
So and Vernon Massara are on. Marley Luluai is one of the players off.
Down the left-hand side, Burnley are trying to go with Payne. Throwing it will be to Burnley on the left.
And just to confirm that substitute for Burnley, replacing number 11, Thomas Tweedy, number 19, Brandon Payne.
Throwing it is. They've got a long throw specialist going to launch this ball into the area. Pimlett with it. It's a long goal throw in. It's found its way into towards the 6-yard box, and a snapshot is going to come in, but it is high over the bar.
Yeah, it was Jesse Williams with the strike in the end. Just gets underneath it as he goes over the top of the crossbar.
So who did Fabio So and Vernon Massara come on for? Because
So far I've got Thomas Tweedy off, Marley Luluai off, and I was just trying to work out that third.
That's fine.
Honestly, this afternoon couldn't feel more like a pre-season if it tried, and that just adds to it.
Yeah. Wrong number on the back of the shirt compared to what the team sheet said. Amanchi's header up. And get the ahead of Fabio So. Now comes Blackie. He's just been brought down by two Dale players. He was trying to burst through the middle. A bit of a rush here to try and get on with things. And another foul here on the right-hand side. A few niggling fouls. Chance here for this one to be loaded in the box from the right-hand side. It's whipped across. It's going to bounce a couple of times, and it will go behind for a Rochdale goal kick. Kamani Ryan who's gone
Yeah,
up, isn't it?
I was just about to say it's Kamani Ryan, because Kieran McMahon-Brown is now going to into a forward role.
Goal kick for Dale. And Manch's little layoff, trying to find Henderson. It doesn't find him. It's Fabio So in the centre. Worked back now to McCoy. And now down the left-hand side. The ball forward is overhit. And that goes out of play for a throw into Dale.
Oh, just to anyone tuned in on Dale Play 1 or 2 Wi-Fi Gremlins. Hopefully we are back with you now on Dale Play directly.
Throwing down the line. Gomez Mancini lays it back off to Dan Moss. And Hogan with a snapping challenge, but the ball ends up back with the Dale keeper. He clears it away first time. Little layup by Manchi. Can't quite find Gomez Mancini. And then a batless header by Jake Berger. Cool as you like, back into the possession of the Dale keeper.
Yeah, neat play. Berger, good awareness. Send that back to Tom Miles.
To Tonda. Into the feet forward, and Mancini
Yeah, heavy
couldn't
touch.
quite bring it down there.
He's another man that is on the way back from an injury,
Yeah.
into Gomez Mancini, that he suffered whilst at Hartlepool United.
It's certainly a chance, isn't it, for him to try and get these minutes. They'll lead by a goal to nil. 66.5 minutes played. You're with Dale Player, sponsored by Premier Kia Rochdale. Here come Burnley. Shot is whipped in, but it deflects out for a throw-in. And it will be a throw-in going Rochdale's way.
Yeah, McMahon-Brown strike. Certainly a lot more attacking emphasis from the visitors. Sort of getting bodies a lot further forward.
I'm just going to say, it does look like it's sparked them into life, them changes.
Yeah, a combination of the Burnley change and, of course, Dale taking the lead.
Moss with the clearance. And Manchi can't bring that one under control, and Jesse Williams will throw this man, outfield player, back for Burnley, just brings it down, gives it to Murray Campbell.
Of course, what the National League Cup gives to these under-21 sides as well. Just break off for a sec.
Ball forward, looking to try and find the way into the box, Burnley. Dale will get a free kick for a foul on Dan Moss.
It gives them the opportunity to win something, because let's be honest, you know, in leagues where they're under 18s and they're under 21s are competing against, you know, the likes of the Man Cities, the Arsenals, the Chelseas of this world. You know, if we're going to look at last season's National League Cup, it was won by Leeds, it's under 21 side, and it's an opportunity for them as a young group of players to make their mark for the club, to go and win something.
Absolutely, and like I said before, there are critics of this competition, and some clubs opt not to enter.
Just why the players take their mid-half refreshment break. If you look at the scoreboard in the far corner of the ground.
Something else that we're doing today, which is Duke Sports, who's the sponsors for all these National League Cup. They've got a QR code on the scoreboard, which allows you to vote for the man of the match from inside the ground, which is another little added addition that Duke Sports have brought in. They sponsored all the games last season as well. They're doing it again this year.
It seems like an absolutely superb idea, but I cannot wait for Ryan East to end up being announced as man of the match for his 5-second appearance, because everyone's taken the mick and voted for him. Or Ryan East, I mean, he's not on the bench anymore, he might just vote himself anyway.
Yeah, has he got his phone on him? Harvey Gilmore's just got out there. He's got his phone voted for Ryan Ings.
You've chosen 5 minutes before the end of the game. Thank you.
This is where you lose half the fan base, though, with having to scan QR codes and deal with technology. And all the youngsters there, they'll be on it. The more technically challenged may struggle with it. But a great idea all the same.
So, drinks break over. And we get back on with the game with the scoreline: Rochdale 1, Burnley under 21s 0. Ian Henderson with the goal. 161 goals for the football club. I can't ever see that being beaten.
No, you would certainly expect it won't be.
.40 years old. Many thought that last season was his last, and that was it. But he feels he's got one more season in him at least. So we are back underway with a free kick for Dale for an offside. So Tom Miles with this free kick. Long upfield it goes. Amanchi flicks it on. Header away by Williams. T to Tatonda. Out to the left-hand side now to Griffiths, who's switched out onto that left side. But here come Burnley on the attack. Hogan is going to go and try and put the block on that one. Does very well against Vernon Massara, the 18-year-old substitute, and the veteran stood with him. But it is at the expense of the Burnley corner. Yeah,
Great pace from the substitute. Although maybe it was just normal pace and he's really against Liam Hogan, who's played 70 minutes in the blistering heat.
Yeah, at 36-year-old.
He did really well, though, Masala. Not strike away, which was blocked by Hogan to earn Burnley this corner.
So corner will come in. Ball floated into the air. It's headed up and behind by Tatonda for another corner on the opposite side for the Clarets.
Yeah, one of those. Not sure if Tatonda knew too much about the direction it was taking off him, but he got something on that.
Fabio Sol comes across to take. Corner comes in. It's over everybody, and we'll just drift behind for a Rochdale goal kick.
Yeah, not a particularly great delivery from Fabio So, 17-year-old who joined from Newcastle United this summer. It is remarkable just how many transfers you end up seeing between clubs for just the young players that are 15, 16, 17 years of age. Some for quite big money as well.
All about that gamble, isn't it? About what they might bring in the future. Manchi having his shirt pulled there. Referee didn't see it. Rochdale get a throw in on the left-hand side. Going to Dale, which is taken by Griffiths. As I said, he's now the left-sided wing-back. Petit goes across to Moss.
Done it again. Lovely turn from Humbles.
Humbles, yeah. I mean, he's switched over to right wing back at the moment. Still trying to get used to these new players and switching positions in game at the moment. One ball forward. Header away though by Campbell. Brought down in midfield by Gomez Mancini. Now it's out to Griffiths on the left hand side. Pulls it back to Tatonda. Now Berger. Out on that left is Gomez Mancini. Ball fed through. Griffiths continues his run, but he Runs into a flailing arm there, goes to ground, and the fans in the Smith Metals family stand wanting something there. Not going to get it straight away. Goalkeeper comes out, heads it away, danger not over. A strike coming in, and Dale has still not got the danger away. The referee has pulled. I thought the referee pulled it back, but he hasn't done. It's a ball's been rounded by the goalkeeper and slotted into the empty net. Dale wanted something there. Hogan slipped in the area, but as it is, the ball has gone into the net, and it is 1-1 here at the Crown Oil Arena.
Yeah, it's McMahon Brown with good confidence in the end. When that loose ball came, rather than trying to take an early strike on, takes it around the goalkeeper and puts it into the empty net to give Burnley an equalising goal in this game.
Well, the other end, Griffiths is receiving treatment for he felt was a flailing arm in the area of the other end. Like I said, the fans at the other end thought there should have been something in it. But it was a clearance out by the keeper. He came a long way out and headed it away. And then when Hogan put the block on, he couldn't do too much with it. At the second attempt, being prone on the floor, and the quick feet from Kean McMahon Brown just rounds Tom Miles, and the ball goes into the back of the net. He's still asking the question, Griffiths, of a referee who's gone over to check he's all right, but the physio is on for Dale. Dale been pegged back by the young Claret side.
Yeah, we've got 14 minutes as things stand until penalties.
Yeah, it is straight to a penalty shootout if it's level at 90 minutes. Throwing it is to Burnley on the right-hand side. Clearance away by Williams. Now in the middle of the park, here comes Burnley trying to feed it forward. It's the back really of Fabio So, and now it means that Dale can't. They're trying to break away here, and Fabio So had come back and put a challenge in that time on Moss.
Dan Moss felt he'd been fouled.
Once it was from behind, and Dale have got the ball back on the edge of the area. Berger thought about the strike. Too many Claret shirts in front of him. Goes out towards Griffiths on the left-hand side. Griffiths looking to try and take on his man. Pulls it back off to Totonda. Cross comes in towards the back post. And it's a great header in. That time by Levi Amanchi. He gets his first for Dale since his long move from Walsall. And it's a pinpoint header. It was a great cross in from Totonda. And Levi Amanchi just steered the header around Charlie Casper. We were right behind it. He actually curled beyond the dive of Casper and into the back of the net. And Dale have retaken the lead.
Yes, a sensational header from Levi Amanchi. Barely has to even get off the ground to win that header superbly well. And it's directed perfectly, absolutely perfectly, well out of the reach of Charlie Casper in the Burnley goal. And Dale back ahead. As Burnley make a change, and I'll be honest, it's probably the man they could have done with marking Levi Amanchi that's coming on. Jack McKevley, a centre half who's 6'6" and a familiar surname to those of Rochdale persuasion.
Yeah, we've deduced that it is the son of Lee McKevley, the former Dale striker, of course. Jack McKevley goes into the defence.
To say, being the size that Jack McKevley is, he would have been the one that you'd have wanted to have marked Levi Amanchi seconds earlier had he been on the pitch.
Yeah, they've got some defensive work to do here, and Hogan's going to do it with aplomb. And then he's fouled on the edge of the area. He'll get the free kick. And it's Fabio So who's going to be spoken to by the referee. He's just come on, hasn't he, the 17-year-old. He's just had a lot of exuberance. Like I said before, there might have been a foul on Dan Moss just a few moments ago from him, and he's trying to get back. So free kick for Dale inside the D on the edge of her own box. Ball forward towards Amanci. Keverly clears it away, only as far as Henderson. Henderson trying to bundle his way through. And then a shot coming in from Gomez Mancini, well off target.
Yeah, not a great strike by the young Frenchman, but yeah, got himself into the right sorts of areas. Keverly, another man in the Burnley side that's had some experience in men's senior football with a loan spell at Clitheroe last season.
Moss brings that ball down really, really well under a little bit of pressure from Massara. Now it's back with Miles. Berger. Now to Tonda. A word for Tonda as well. That ball in was with pinpoint accuracy, wasn't it?
Yeah, really good cross from Tonda. Actually, it's a fair point. Didn't really give it the credit it deserved at the time. So a really good ball in. A really good header from Amanci.
Dale trying to win it back in midfield. Griffiths can't quite get there. Ahead of Plani. And now Burnley on the right-hand side. Looking to create a bit of space for a shot. Dale defending in numbers. Everybody back for Dale. Here comes Campbell. Works out to the right-hand side. Towards Blackie. Back in towards Campbell. Now McCoy. They'll snap it away and foul goes Jake Berger's way. 9 minutes left of this game. Now 2-1 to the good.
It'll be an ideal start to the National League Cup campaign. With, as we mentioned earlier, games against Manchester United, Everton and Blackburn Rovers to come.
It's now with Ashton. McKeverly, ball forward. Humbles should have time to bring that one down without too many problems. Pushes it back towards Miles. It was a little bit short and striker just left one in a little bit on Miles. He did apologise, but Miles wasn't too happy with that.
No, understandably so.
Brown it was, who just left a little bit of a foot in.
There were a couple of games in our group last night, which we'll come to in a second.
Yeah, break off here because Fabian So is through on the goal on the right hand side. He's going to flash that one high over the bar.
Yeah, he's got teammates that were in the middle and looking a little bit frustrated at him. Yeah, only had one thing in his mind, didn't he? He got his head down and tried to get the shot away, but really possibly could have used a teammate to his left. Yeah, last night, Brackley Town, who were also in Group A, they beat Blackburn Rovers by 2-0. And Solihull Moors, they lost. They were beaten 2-1 by Everton.
It's a bit of a trap for Blackburn, that, down to Brackley, isn't it?
Just a bit. Well, it's like last season. I think it was Forest Green that were in our group last season, and there was some Northern under 21 sides that had a long trip down to Nailsworth. The one surprise of the results last night was the finalists from the National League last season, Sutton, were beaten 7-0 by Fulham's under 21s last night. You see a real mix of results.
Down the right-hand side, they're going to go here. And Albie Black, he's got the ball at the bile. Oh, he's just been flagged off. I thought he just about stayed on, looking at a bit of an angle from us, but it looked like he might have just managed to keep himself on side. And that could have been danger for Dale, but as it is, the flag has saved.
Of course, for those that are watching that perhaps don't necessarily know the format of the group stage, it's a group of 8, 421 sides and 4 National League clubs. And the National League clubs only played in 21 sides. So only 4 games in the group stage. Now it does the best to top the group against those under 21 sides. Or the under 21 sides, if they finish top of the group, go through.
Henderson picks up on a loose ball, clear it away. Gomez Mancini on the edge of the area. He's got Humbles out to his right-hand side, and Gomez Mancini tried to just feed it through between the two central defenders, but it wasn't read by Humbles, and the ball goes behind for a goal kick.
He certainly looked a little bit rusty, as Gomez Mancini, which is completely understandable given the layoff he's had. And this is his first appearance. Obviously, he was out for the entirety of pre-season, so these are the first minutes in the tank for him.
Header away by Hogan. Berger's done ever so well there to come away with a ball. He's going to clip that one down the line, looking for the run of Amanchi, who's still running strong after 85 minutes in this heat.
I must say, McEvely's done really well. I don't really think Amanchi fouled him, to be honest. I just thought, overall, that McEvely had done pretty well up against him there. I don't think they were lying either when they said McEvely's 6'6", because you're standing against Amanchi, and it's a very solid match.
Yeah, he's a big lad. He's the substitute.
Was his dad that tall, Lee?
No.
Didn't think he was.
No, but he's been at Burnley since under 12s. There's Jack McEvely. So good to see if he's got a decent future in the game. We had Lee McEvely up here for hospitality last season. I want to get him back again this season.
A good career, didn't he? Lee McEvely. He was your classic lower league journeyman striker, but
brilliant.
He was really well liked.
Because when we signed him, he was working at McDonald's. And he had to hand his notice in. So, yeah, it wasn't an easy path for him.
No, it's fair to say that certainly the pathways now for young players is completely different to how it was 20, 30 years ago.
It's scrappy on the left-hand side, and Griffiths has just had his ankle trodden on there. 1,452 inside the Crown area. There's a few Burnley fans in here, but it's a very good exercise from the Dale board.
Yeah.
The man of the match has been voted by the supporters, and it is going to be Ian Henderson. The substitute Ian Henderson.
Well, I was banking on the man he came on for. I was banking on it being Ryan East.
Just in a replay of that, it was accidental, but Griffiths had his ankle trodden on there as he was on the floor trying to clear the ball away. Henderson, the evergreen Henderson, loses out there, and here come Burnley on the attack, ball across the face of goal. They'll defend it well.
Kept him play well by Tatomda, and then followed up by Callum Griffiths.
Yeah.
Jack Griffiths,
I was
rather.
just going to say.
Yeah.
I thought I've been saying his name wrong all game. Yeah, Jack Griffiths.
You can tell you've played Football Manager far too much when you get your Griffiths mixed up with I think he's a right back for Barnsley, or used to be. It's Callum.
So a little over 2 minutes of the 90 left to play. Dale 2-1 to the good. Henderson's touch a little bit heavy there. Sees Burnley get the ball back. Now the ball drifted forward, headed away by Griffiths. He's had a decent second half. I think he, when he came on, he made one or two mistakes and maybe trying too hard. But I think he's had a decent second half.
I suspect that Jim will have just said, relax.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
You know, you've got that contract now. You don't need to be, you're not on trial anymore. You're a Rochdale player.
To Tonda. To Berger, back it goes to Hogan. Cross towards Moss. Miles goes long, looking towards Amanchi. It's going to be cleared away only as far as Gomez Mancini. To Amanchi, back to goal. Little sideways pass to Henderson. That's quite a little bit of Berger. Berger then pings it across to the left-hand side to Griffith. Berger once again. Berger under pressure, foul, free kick. Goes Dale's way, just outside the centre circle. Petit. And to Tonda, left hand side. Little check back, uses Tom Miles.
Six minutes valid time.
And a long ball forward by Miles. He's just going to bounce out of play for a throw-in to the visitors. As you said, 6 minutes has been added on.
The fourth official has indicated that there will be a minimum of 6 additional minutes.
I'll be honest, that seems a tad excessive, but, you know, water breaks and subs, I guess. Plus 3 goals in the second half.
That's good work, you know, from Jack Griffiths there. He went in 50-50 with the Burnley lad and wins his side, a throw-in on the left-hand side. Henderson. Back he goes to Griffiths. Griffiths will go all the way back to Hogan. Now Moss. Hogan. Big switch out to Griffiths on the left-hand side. He stays on side. There's the 25, number 25, and then gets upended. Free kick taken quickly. Henderson on the left-hand side picks up the possession. Pulls it back towards Berger. Berger feeds it through to Henderson. Can he take it to the byline? Pulls it back across the face of goal. And it's going to be smothered behind by the goalkeeper for Dale's second corner of the afternoon.
Yeah, it was just turned behind once. It was a good run from Henderson. Low drilled ball that needed dealing with by the goalkeeper, Charlie Casper. Goes down with this corner that Casey Petty will take.
He had to stretch his legs to stop it from going behind for a goal kick, and did it ever so well, did the 40-year-old. So Petit with the corner. Will be a right-footed in-swinger. Floated in towards the back post. Tonda brings it down. Peels the handball to Tonda, shrugs off his man. Little layoff there to Humbles. He clips it towards the back post, and Henderson's up over header. Hogan with a looping header, and I'll tell you what, he's not far wide. He actually steadied himself and just tried to guide it into the same place where Amanci put the ball just a few minutes ago to give Dale the lead, but it just went the wrong side of the post.
Yeah, decent effort that from Liam Hogan. As I say, he set himself and watched it all the way. Wasn't far wide at all of Casper's goal. 3.5 minutes of added time to go.
Berger.
Gomez does well there.
Yeah, gives it to Petit. Petit out to Humbles. Humbles back to Moss. Still full of running, this young Burnley side. They've not given up on this game just yet. More ball forward by Griffiths. Sees the possession turned away, although Tonda heads it forward. To and throwing at the moment. Liam Hogan with a solid header forward, flicked on by Amanci. And the captain Ashton nods it back into the hands of Charlie Casper. Ball out towards the halfway line. Moss wins his header, brings it down on the second touch. Humbles goes back towards Tom Miles. Miles goes long. Henderson peels away. And Henderson just leans in on Campbell and gives a free kick away.
Gotta say, again, with the recruitment, been really impressed with it from Dale in the summer, and players like Dan Moss, who've been mainstays in that Woking side, really, really good National League players for the last 3 or 4 years, and the likes of Casey Petit as well at Maidenhead, very solid week in, week out, without being, you know, anywhere near what you class as older, only both, early to mid-20s at most. It's just really good additions to this Dale squad to add quality and depth.
It's now up to Jim to try and pick the best out of them.
he's certainly got the tools. Certainly got the tools this coming season to have a side that is challenging, you know, after last season's 4th place finish in the National League.
Now a ball down the right-hand side to Tonda to head that one down. Gives it to Griffiths. Infield to Berger. It goes to Tonda. Now Hogan. Still quite happy just to keep hold of the ball, but Miles will go long here. It's going to be headed up. Henderson will bring it down to Gomez Mancini. And now Amanchip will let that one go behind for Rochdale's 3rd corner of the game.
Into the final minute we go. Is there a chance for an icing on the cake goal?
T will come across to take.
The slowest dad run I've ever seen in my life to retrieve that ball. Jake Berger's going to go out as a short option, which makes me think that this might just be a time.
Yeah, just played short. The T's got it back. He's going to head in towards the area and then about turns and goes back towards the corner. Berger in the corner.
It's good game management,
It
but
is. it is. It'll just see the game out. It's another corner for Dale. And 2 players again are short. And Sarah being told just to retreat a little bit. It's too close. Played short in the corner once again. Berger will just try and fend this one off. It'll be a throw into Dale this time on the right-hand side. And with that, the 6 minutes is up. And the full-time whistle goes. Dale get the win in this National League Cup against a young Burnley side. First half was a little bit of a non-event. Second half started much brighter, and 3 goals to boot. Ian Henderson and Levi Amanchi on the score sheet for Dale. 1 or 2 others getting minutes in the tank as well. Jim McNulty will be a happy man with this afternoon's work, not just with the result, but with the way that his players have got some minutes in the legs as well.
yeah, absolutely. You know, the likes of Colin McBride, the likes of Jake Berger and Anthony Gomez Mancini, it's crucial to get some minutes into them as they will all return from injury, so he'll be very pleased with that, and for the players that were perhaps substitutes on Saturday that have got some more minutes today. And it bodes well going to the Ultram game, the early kick-off in the National League on Saturday here at the Crown Oil Arena.
Yeah, so that's it from us. We'll be back on Saturday, 12:30 kick-off in the National League. And with Dale players, sponsored by Premier Kia Rochdale, it's ended in victory for Dale. Rochdale 2, Burnley under 21s 1.